The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the New England Patriots. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 180! You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare. White. Kill.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, gun.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Michael Bannon. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be...
And he's going to go down again.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the slip. Hey, watch that. Watch 6-6. Bullet. Hey.
Shotgun now for Brady. This is caught by Antonio Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady, the tight end Lacoste here out on the right side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
They got a completion there, but that's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, hey, take 1 or 2 yards, we're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now this time, Brady will throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th.
Hey, Shadow! Bravo!
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 31, Garoppolo. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On the screen, this is Coleman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Check 24, check 24. 72. Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
Now this time he'll look to throw. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Garoppolo. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
I got you.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here comes the 49ers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They begin with Michel on the ground, and he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Hey, go 66. Go, go. Sugar! Hey, Foxtrot!
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. It's Coleman here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Let's go, baby. 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s, back-to-back.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. D. Ford, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. To try again after the sack. Brady. He's got his man on the crossing route. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. They have the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And the Patriot first down.
Wait, that's what I do. Go Bandit. 51, Mike 51.
On first down, Brady. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
51 for Mike. All day. Mike 51, Mike 51. Sugar.
Play action, now it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 45. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Brady. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hey, 66. 26. Smooth. Regular.
On 2nd and 2, Brady. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. To throw on 3rd down, Brady. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week one, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night, Green Bay, and their defense. Not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore, Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry put up 43 points on the Browns.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Here we go, here we go. Like 20! Let's put him on.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. 180! 13! Rush in! 6! 21. Hey, Echo! 51!
Garoppolo on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. D Ford able to put an end to that play, and in so doing puts an end to this third quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Alpha!
Brady. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
You don't want that. Switch! Check three.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards on the play, first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Garoppolo. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Ringer, Mike 51, Mike 51. 3 balls. Hey, solid. 51 to Mike, 51 to Mike. Here we go.
Now Brady. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Brady. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Brady going to go on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 5. 21. Check nickel. Bang. 1, Omaha.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And all the way down to the 37. And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 37-yard line. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right back into this stadium?
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Gostkowski the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now Garoppolo. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
It's a gain of 27 yards. And the 49er 1st down.
Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Two. Hey, alert. Bravo.
Back to throw. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. And with 4 seconds remaining, they will call the timeout. So just enough of a cushion there to bring on the field goal unit and try to send this one to the extra session. And this one is right through. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
We got this.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On the toss, here's Michel. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped, and I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the west.
Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Wait, set, ready? Check, right 54, right 54. Ozzy. Hey, team 6, team 6. 54, right there, 54, Mike. Silver. Mike, 54. 50. 54, alert.
From the 38, Brady. To Gordon, out left. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. And something tells me the moment of overtime won't be too big for number 12, Tom Brady.
Well, the best that have ever played have always taken big moments and treated them as little moments, right? Each play is going to be kind of the same.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. DeForest Buckner able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. After the sack on first down, Brady, and the pressure gets to him again. DeForest Buckner bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
54, come on, 54, go. 54, watch 54. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch 50.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
65.
What can Garoppolo do now with his drive? The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Lawrence Guy able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time.
Here we go. 20.
On first down, Garoppolo eluding the pressure right. he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Mike Bennett, his second sack of the night. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. One overtime, how about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second in just a moment. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
I got you. Hey, tighten down. There you go. 51, Mike. Mike, 51.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Slam.
Block. Check 25.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Room here to run. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A huge play there in overtime. 41 yards on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. 7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So a big kick coming for Robbie Gould. Now whistles blow and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This from 25 yards out. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. But we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch. Listen. 14.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
12. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, come on.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Nick Bosa in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Mike 54. Hey, watch the ball.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dee Ford providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
54 Mike.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson, being chased out left. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. They've got his man, complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Now it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let this one go deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it?
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Here we go. Wait,
All day, baby, all day. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
1, Omaha.
57's the Mike. Watch 57.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. To throw again on second down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. That one going to be complete to David Moore. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson. Past the 20. To the right side, and he's got more complete. That one good for 26 and a first down.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Seahawks, first down.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now this time he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And just like that, it's third down. On third down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. 4th down, here's Wilson. And it'll be intercepted.